Our first speech for this evening will be presented by Toastmasters Sagnik. Presenting his P10, please welcome Sagnik. I'd like the speech evaluator, Anubhav, to rise and please explain the objectives of the speech.
The objectives for your speech is to inspire the audience by appealing to noble motives and challenging the audience to achieve higher level of belief or achievement. Appeal to the audience needs and emotions using stories, anecdotes and quotes to add drama. Avoid using notes.
Okay. Okay.
Toastmasters Sagnik, lose it, Toastmasters Sagnik.
What is life? Well, many people will give you many answers. Some will give you the easy ones, some will give you the complicated ones, some will give you philosophical, some will give you spiritual, some will give you vague, some will give you no answer at all. Well, my answer to what life is a big room with many big windows. These windows open and close at their will. Some open for a long period of time, some close quickly, some stay on open, some close, then open again. It is in these windows that I found life. It is through these windows that people have leapt into my life and have left my life. And it is through these windows I found inspiration. Life is incomplete without people. And today I like to talk about people and incidents that have made me and that have got me here, and all the life lessons that I've learned from people. In 2007, I traveled to a city called Pune to pursue my BBA degree. Over there, I met two obnoxious fools, Samir and Swagat. Samir was my permanent roommate and a permanent pain in the wrong place. This guy is a grammar Nazi. He'll correct you for anything, and his attitude of speaking is so bad that you don't want to speak to this person at any given point of time. I was always afraid of this huge lumbering guy who plays squash in my very room, and I put up with him. On the other hand, Swagat, his opening dialogues to me were, "You don't smoke, you don't drink. What kind of a Bengali are you?" While siphoning off half of my chicken noodles. Now, I was sentimental about my chicken noodles and judgmental about anybody who judged me in the first impression. I studiously stayed away from Swagat. Cut to today, these two guys are my best friends. We have traveled, lived together, eaten, done multiple things together. We have found ourselves in the worst of situations and pulled each other up from the pits of fire and yet managed to laugh. What is the life lesson that I've learned from these guys? It is to never go by the first impressions that you form of any person. Anything valuable that you have in your life needs to grow. Moving on. In this very college, I had a huge want to get into the mesmerizing college band and be a part of the editing team of the awesome college newsletter. All my tries for entering these two teams failed continuously. The newsletter editor at that point of time thought that this guy has probably written a paragraph in his entire life. How can he enter the newsletter editing team? While I was the laughing stock of the music band, because there was an open mic night in our college one day. I chose to sing a song called Lari Choti. Halfway down the line, I forget my lyrics. I have got stage time. I love the stage. So what do? I pick out my phone surreptitiously and read off the lyrics right there. A member of the band comes up and says, "You can't even remember lyrics. What will you do in the band? Kya karega?" It hurt. From then, a flame erupted in my mind. I kept trying, I kept failing, I kept trying, I kept failing, trying, failing. It took me 5 years, 25 to 30 visits to G6 in Valencia, singing my lungs out to Bhigi Bhigi Si Hai. And then I got noticed by Alan, who introduced me to Yantra. It took the countless efforts of JK, Abhiram, Manisha, Rajat, all from Infosys, to get my second dream published. Right click. The feeling of holding this first copy of the newsletter was something that I can't explain. The life lesson that I learned from this, the world will try to show you your place. You have to grit your teeth and be ready for battle. You have to show the world by your work. You should not work for revenge. Work to show the world what you're capable of. 2015, I made a loudmouth. I meet another obnoxious guy. I have a history with obnoxious guys. Whose opening lines are, "Bhai, मैं बता रहा हूँ, हमारी दिल्ली में ना." And I was wondering at all points of time how to keep him shut for a few minutes at a stretch. Then one day, I was a pretty decent PowerPoint presentation poster designer for the Toastmasters back then. And this guy comes up, "Bhai, मैं बता रहा हूँ, Sacks चीज मिली है, Sacks. It's Canva. It's the shit." I'm like, okay, now I'm apprehensive. First of all, this is something that I've never tried in my life. Second, Anubhav is recommending it. Then started a love affair with Canva. Not Canva. I check Canva more number of times a day than I check my emails. And that is the second life lesson that I learned from Anubhav, that you should listen to each and everyone who comes up and gives their opinion. Pick out the threads that they offer to you and try something new. You may not be ultimately successful at it. Half of my Canva posters officially suck. Half of them get rejected by the district. But you should try. Give it a try and you never know where it takes you. At least you'll have an experience. And there are two people in Toastmasters that I loved to hate. One of them, Jai Krishna Komaleshwaran. During the heated days of Synergy 2015, Jai Krishna comes up to me and says, "Ek baat bolu. Your posters are good. Your cartoons are good, but they go over the head of common people. Lower the standards, they will understand." I was boiling, my pulse was rising, my head was boiling, and all I could think of was how to get back at JK. So I run back, I go do some work on Toondu, and I hit JK with the same retort, "Why a cartoon?" Soon after, I started attending Toastmasters meetings, and albeit with a lot of inhibition, I started talking to JK, because I did not know how this guy would react to me after that particular cartoon, which was not so nice. Soon after, I joined Toastmasters and JK became my mentor. Since then, me and JK have had a bond that has outlasted most people. The second person that I hate, Purvi Verma. That I hated. Me and Purvi had the most uncomfortable starts ever. She took to the stage with my script as an MC, and I remember my scripts. I'm very meticulous about my scripts. What I did, I hissed at her for missing that paragraph, and immediately there came a look. I was scared. From that moment on, me and Purvi did not speak to each other. We barely managed to smile while passing each other. Soon, there came a time where Malini Hebbar, the division director, said, "Hey, you guys are from Infosys, you should co-MC the event together." I sent up a silent prayer to God. "Oh God, this is over." Since then, me and Purvi have moved on and done brilliant stuff together, and as of today, we are the pillars of support for each other. Hopefully. What I'm trying to say here is, life will always offer you a second chance to mend your bridges. It's up to you to take that second chance and mend your bridges. Last, I come to 4 people. The first of them, I thought she was crazy. I mean, a girl who would laugh at practically anything is crazy. But I did not like her association and her company, and she had branded me as an arrogant ass. So I decided to stay away from her. This was Gangamma Kushalappa Sanuanda, and this is all one person. And she has been my best mate for the last 3 years. The second is a very talented performer. I first introduced her to Minfi during It Has Been 2013. And it took me 1 year, 3 events, and a lot of guts to speak to Toastmasters. Why? Because I was afraid. What will I talk to this girl about? Since then, she has become one of my closest friends, mentee, and sometimes she tries to act as my guide as well. So I forget who is the mentor and who is the mentee sometimes. The third girl, we shared the same floor for 2 years at a stretch. We just looked at each other, bowed our head and moved ahead. We didn't speak to each other. One day, a box of sweets came. She said, "Hey, why don't you have the sweet?" And Swati has been my alcohol, hookah, food, every partner ever since. The fourth was a boisterous girl, loud, obnoxious, arrogant, and she has been the bro of my life. Padmini Krishna Setikare. She has been there when most of the people have been. What do I want to tell you through all this? It is to lose your fears, lose your inhibitions. Let the cloak of your fears stay behind. Explore. Think without having fear in your mind and see where it leads you. Over to the Toastmaster.